Hey guys, welcome back to the Firsties podcast. I'm your host MILA.
And I'm your host MILA.
If you're new here, if you're a firstie,
we're basically a safe space for first gens who dare to dream.
We like to laugh, kiki, argue.
Basically, two baddies with a mic.
Thank you so much for tuning in.
Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Now let's get into this episode.
Okay, so MILA, what part of your life do you think you're nonchalant in? Or are you a nonchalant person to start with?
I feel like the only part of my life that I'm nonchalant, and I need to work on this because if this were to happen to me, and I just think it's like not for me. Because we talk about nonchalant men, which we'll get into, is in dating sometimes. Like, even though I'm actually and you know this, I'm very like jovial, excited. Like, I talk a million miles a minute. You know what I mean? Like, and so when it comes to like my passion, my career, whatever, I'm not nonchalant. But when it comes to just like dating, I am, and you probably would agree. I think for me, it's like a trauma response or like a protective thing of like, okay, probably it's not going to work out, so don't get too excited, blah, 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 because men are men.
Yeah.
Are you a nonchalant person?
I really don't think I am, but I feel like I give that, and I don't know how to like fix that translation. Do you know what I mean? Like, even in dating, like my biggest issue.
I agree.
I always think I don't like them, which is like, I go feral with you guys. So it's so like the miscommunication is insane, but maybe that's protection. But wait, do you think, are you nonchalant towards the guy or even with your friends? Like even when you're
No. Towards my friends, actually, no. I think now that I think about it, well, I guess it's certain people, but for the most part, with my friends, I'll tell them every gory detail. I'm excited, whatever. And then around the guy, I'm like, oh, hey.
Yeah.
Which is just so bad.
Literally, I feel like, okay, so this whole thing started because we were like, I read a Substack article and we were talking about like just dating and like nonchalance, basically. And how we have just been like, the world is just conforming into just like acting as if like, they're indifferent to everything. So when it comes to dating, like our whole thing is like, double texting, don't double text, don't act like the guy knows that you like them more, or like just there's these little stupid rules. And the same thing with just like in every part of your life, like even your Instagram has to be like, caption has to be one worded and very chic and short, and like there's just too many rules that's just like put up, and we're trying to kind of like debunk or trying to see the cause of it, basically. And I think, okay, with relationships, our nonchalance comes from fear of, I guess, vulnerability.
Yeah.
Maybe. Okay. Yeah, girl, I am also nonchalant. I was about to say I'm not, but I think I'm not when it comes to like showing that I'm like interested in the person, but I'm nonchalant when it comes to like words of affirmation. Like, if you guys have seen a single episode, especially like of us like last year, I just really don't like words of affirmation, especially when it comes to like romantically. I don't know how to like say it properly. I just don't like it. And I think that's where the nonchalance comes in. Like, I will be the funniest, most sarcastic, wittiest girl and get myself out of that situation instead of saying it. But I don't know why. Do you know what I mean?
Totally. Because earlier when you were first saying, I was thinking about it, I was like, wait, is HERMELLA nonchalant when it comes to dating? And we're going to talk about all aspects in our life, but we're talking about dating first. And I was like, well, no, because with your girls, you're not. Like, you tell us everything and you're you. That's a nice way to put that. But then I'd imagine with the guy, you're just like super chill and just the cool girl that you are. And I think it is like I don't know what it is, but like to be like, I like you. Even I'm sweating right now just thinking about that. Like
that. I don't, bro. I'm actually, this is like a really confusing. Like, I'm gonna have to ask like, shit, the guys.
Take a poll.
I was nonchalant like with my previous like, I guess like past or like college or whatever like little talking stages.
Yeah.
And I feel like there has been situations where I was just very like open and like I was never like the cool girl or whatever. I think the issue is whenever I'm nervous or like whenever I'm like in an uncomfortable situation, I make it my way. Like I have to like be in control of that situation, so I will literally maneuver the conversation. Do you know what I mean? So I don't think I'm nonchalant when I'm like talking to a guy or like showing my feelings. It's literally just saying that like, oh, I like you, or like reciprocating. or like, like when we talk, like when when the conversations get serious, like on a call or whatever, I just don't know how to say that, so I'm just gonna have to like maneuver that. But is that nonchalance, or is that just like avoiding? That's just avoidant, I feel like.
Well, no, I think, but that's the thing with I feel like with our generation that we're not understanding. Like, nonchalant is the bigger umbrella, but underneath that, like, let's take it with a guy, right? When a guy is nonchalant, like, you think that guy is like that all the time. Some are, but sometimes they're trying to put on this like cool guy, whatever, as a protection, when it's like, it's okay to be like, hey, I think you're super pretty, or I really like you, or I like your music, or whatever it is. I think nonchalantness is the overall umbrella, but underneath that is fear of rejection, fear of looking stupid, fear of it's corny to be so passionate about this one thing when actually it's not, because I think it is. What if it doesn't work out? Because I'm telling you, as I'm getting older, Melly, it does not matter how old you are. All of us are so fearful of being embarrassed, which is so dumb. It's so dumb. Like, I literally think I'm not even projecting on anyone else but myself.
Yeah.
It's just like when it boils down to it, it is that, like, it's a fear of embarrassment, a fear of looking dumb, not looking cool, not having the right fit, misspelling a word, whatever it is, and then it's embarrassing. And it's like we're still in high school.
Yeah. So what do you think, like, even with relationships, I feel like, who do you think is more nonchalant? I know we always do the gender wars every time here, but like,
love it.
Girls or women or men are more nonchalant?
I mean, 100% men.
And on top of that, do you think there is actually a thing called a nonchalant man? I feel like it's a facade.
Wait, elaborate.
I don't think a man that genuinely likes you can be nonchalant. I just
say it for the people in the back,
right?
Say it for the people in the back.
I don't get it. I feel like that should be the biggest sign. If a man is indifferent or just nonchalant, he just don't fucking like you, and that's fine. We just move on. Like, before it's like, okay, yeah, he's just like a little chill guy. Like, he's just like nonchalant. And now looking back, I'm just thinking, why the fuck would I have to wait 2 hours for you to text me back?
For what?
Even a day, just for that type shit. Are we okay? No, genuinely. So I feel like they act more because like they just, I don't know. But the thing is, when they actually do like you, they're not nonchalant. So is it really faking, or is it really just like them actually just being nonchalant, just not caring about that person?
I'm sorry. I think I'm getting older. It's just people are nonchalant as a protection to whatever their imagined future is. Like, whether it's like, oh, she's going to not like me. I'm not going to get the job. I'm not going to, like, if you act like you don't care about it as much and it works out, great. But imagine if we, like, you exclaim, like, I'm going to have the #1 podcast in the world, or I'm going to get the girl, or whatever, and then it doesn't work out. It might be a little embarrassing, or you might feel like you're a failure, which none of that is true, but that's what our brain tells us. So I totally agree with you. Nonchalant means big. The girlies who are hearing this, if he's nonchalant.
Yeah. I do agree with what you said, where like it's a protection thing, but I think that's when it comes to women. I feel like we have to be nonchalant just because that's just how the game is like set up now, where like the guy is nonchalant, whatever. So we're trying to match energy. So like I feel like we're forced to be nonchalant for like, our own protection or whatever. But I don't think they're trying to be nonchalant for their protection. Maybe guys, defend yourself in the comments. I'm so sorry, but like I'm just gonna respond to talk about like from what I know.
Yeah.
I feel like when they're nonchalant, it's genuinely because they don't care.
I can agree. I think it definitely is like there's a difference definitely with women and men for sure. So do you think with women that like there's a such thing as a nonchalant woman?
No. I don't think so too. I think with with women, the reason of it is just like protection, fear of intimacy, trust issues, or like relationship trauma. Do you know what I mean? Like that has caused you to be nonchalant, but I feel like a woman's normal like your first instinct is not to be cool, laid back, and just not texting and you just don't give a fuck. Like, I don't think that makes sense. Do you know what I mean? It's like either like trauma or like even like when you grow up with like no reference of love, and which we also would like, get into when it comes to like first gen children, like even our perception of the world, because obviously like being like, children of immigrants and everything, not only is there like no like really good representation of like what's it called, expressive love, I feel like even in life, like they're just like everything is just like so minimized. You know what I mean? Even our wins or whatever, it's like, okay, you won, good job. You're in Harvard, valedictorian, whatever. Like, it's always just like brushed off. Like, so everything is like nonchalant. So you might think like that's the norm. So it's either like not discovering like, genuine actual like expression. Like you feel like expression is like odd, like feeling like, expressing your feelings and everything. But I do think that's not like, it doesn't come naturally. Obviously, like, the way you're raised or your like experience with love, like in your early stages. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's such a great point. And we were going to discuss that, like the first gen approach of all of this, of like, for me, it's like, it's literally not even, I'm not emotionally available at this point, because I think that's like a catchy thing to say. I think it's that point where a lot of us are emotionally unwilling. Like, it's really that. Like, I also don't know what that looks like. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
As far as even expressing my emotions with my girlfriends, yeah, with my family now I know, but like with the opposite sex, I'm like, I don't even know. Because to your point, it was like grades, school. All right, you got into Harvard, whatever. But like, I didn't have the same like emotional learning that like some of my other friends had, because they were dating since they were 17 years old. Like, that wasn't my experience. You know what I mean? Like, I think I looked at
not dating as much.
What?
I said, do you think like not dating as much, or like, just like not really like entertaining men in that way? Do you think that also hinders it and like makes you more nonchalant, or like more like having to play the game just to not get hurt, especially like now?
Totally. But it's a weird thing for me. I want to know your thoughts on this.
Yeah.
For me, I would not change it any other way. Like, both of our lives are like, I have a front row seat to your life. Our life is very full. We have our goals, our dreams. We are not really centering men. That's just the type of people we are. We have our faith. Like, life is good. So I wouldn't change it any other way. And I like the people that we're becoming. But on the other end of that, I do know that from a dating standpoint, I'm extremely immature. And what I mean by that is not my actual behavior, but the actual definition of immature, just meaning like lack of knowledge, of experience. Like, I'm just not where some of my other friends are who about to be in their 30s. Like, I think I looked at a boy like last week. Like, I'm not where I need to be, and I'm about to be 30. You know? How do you feel? Do you agree?
I think there's like a difference between like, if you were like, even like knowing you, like if you're the type of person who just like, you don't know your type, you don't know what to look for in a man, you don't know this, whatever, I would be like, okay, like, immature or whatever. But I don't think that even fits you, because you know exactly what you want. I think it's just like some people genuinely like think that they're like a one and done type of person, where like they would just, they would wait and like they can tell like if you're it or if you're not or whatever. And I feel like some people really do need the experience so they can like make their list fully. Because I feel like genuinely like, obviously like I feel like I know what I want, but at the same time I am in a phase of my life where like I will be going on dates, or I will be like dating around and stuff, because I don't have my full list. I don't I don't have my full list like made up. And then obviously like I just graduated like 2 years ago. Do you know what I mean? So it's like there's still like more time, and I'm sorry, like no, I don't regret any of like my college experience, because no man would ever like, I didn't like date much in college, but no man was going to tell me how my husband's supposed to be when I'm like 20, 21, 22. So,
correct.
So I don't think I missed out on anything. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I feel like it's rooted in like knowing yourself. So I don't think it's like immaturity. I think it's just genuinely like you just know what you like or what you don't. Do you know what I mean?
That's a good way. That makes me feel better about it, for sure. Yeah. So thanks to that, love. Yeah, that makes me feel better about it. How would you, are you nonchalant in your goals, in your careers, in like your other aspects of your life?
I think honestly, the one part that I will for sure be like, I'm not nonchalant about is my goals. I think I'm very vocal, because we understand the power of the tongue, babes. We will seek this thing to exist in. Like, you guys know, firsties, all we do is literally talk about, like, when we do this, like, it's already in, like, you know, we're gonna be, like, speaking to it, like, into existence. There's just no way. But I think that's also coming because it's our goal and because it's, like, a you thing, like, we're so sure of it. So their only doubt of, like, it not happening is it's genuinely for my protection. There's just no other way, like, it won't happen. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like it doesn't have like the fears tied to like nonchalance when it comes to anything else, when it comes to relationship or like life or like, you know, being like, you know how people like don't express themselves because they don't want to be like judged or be called weird or whatever. I feel like your goals don't have any of that like tied to it because it's genuinely like it's a you thing and you're like so sure of it. So I feel like that's the one thing like we're just not nonchalant about.
Completely, you know? Have literally nothing to add. Completely.
Literally, we just hey, subscribe, like Firsties, like it's so up. So I feel like that's like a good thing. We just need to like implement that into everything. I feel like dating maybe.
Dating for me for sure because it's what you said earlier. It's the fact of like being chalant as far as like then I have some sense of control of how I'm gonna feel when I get let down.
Yeah.
Because how many times I've been let down? Do you know what I mean? Like
exactly. Or at least like the best thing. Yeah.
Relationship. It's like, yeah, you know what I mean? And that just means I just haven't found my person. We'll find our people. But like, yeah, to me, I've learned, the nonchalant list is just the more protection, I think, for all of us. Because it goes back to that embarrassment. I promise you. It's like, when you think about it, it's so almost silly, not to like invalidate all our emotions, but it's almost silly. It's like, embarrassment, like we're literally grown, you know what I mean? And now I'm learning like embarrassment is a choice low key. Like you don't have to be embarrassed. You know what I mean? And if people are clocking you that much, like, hey, subscribe. I don't know. Like they're clocking you that much. You know what I mean? It's very
when it comes to relationship, I'm not gonna lie, shout out Ruth for this. Ruth, guys, for those of y'all who don't know, since our girl's in Namibia, she is the most like putting like her heart on her sleeve type of person. Like she is just loves out loud relationship and everything, which I really admire. Like I've never gotten to that extent, but like love that for her so much. Yeah. But before like my early stages, I was like matching energy, whatever. I actually would arrive nonchalant before he even like sets the tone. Do you know what I mean? Like I make sure it's already a nonchalant like arrive. Literally, like with my little nonchalant first. But I think that also has like what's it called? The reason why I was like coming in like in that way was because like I cared about like every little thing. Like a date is a big deal. Text, a phone call, every little thing you could ever imagine when it comes to like relationship is a big deal. And I think we kind of still see that like, in that way. So it's like obviously you're not just like gonna casually go on a date because a date is a big thing. Like, oh my god, like yeah, I'm meeting you in person by myself, like one-on-one. Do you know what I mean? Like I used to like make everything so like grand. So obviously I would just like avoid it by acting nonchalant. Just be like, no, I don't want to do that because like I'd rather do that than like risk going on the date. It's such a big thing. And then if that doesn't happen, whatever. Do you know what I mean? And she really helped me like literally reduce everything. Like a date is just a date. Whatever. Even if you like him and he finds out or whatever, that's fine because you're gonna get over him and then you're just gonna end up liking someone else. Like, you know, like falling out of love and falling back in love, just like that should be just a regular routine. But because that's not like we don't see that because like, you know, we see that as like a big deal, then we'd rather be nonchalant and like defensive.
Such a
you know
good
what I mean?
What's so interesting that you just mentioned is like that like what's it called? The dichotomy of like you actually care a lot.
You really are chalant, but
being nonchalant.
Exactly. Like
you're thinking of like the date, you're thinking about what you're gonna wear. Oh my god, when is he gonna kiss me? All this. It's like you actually do care a lot. But you're like you're so overwhelmed that you're like, yeah, actually I'm just gonna dead it. Yeah. Just not.
Exactly. Because you can just go on a date and come back, but you think on that
like
date,
what's the big deal?
First kiss will happen. Or like you guys are gonna kiss for the first time. So like why would I ever wish that and then just not do that? Do you know what I mean?
Totally.
It's so ridiculous, but honestly.
It is, and our whole generation does this, and I just think it's a bummer because I feel like the nonchalantness is what's keeping us from like quite literally the life of our dreams, honestly. Like when it comes to like going out for this role or this job or this guy or this relationship or whatever it is, it's like just being like nonchalant. Because think about it, when someone is so passionate about something, it is so pure, it is so sweet, it is so attractive. Like girl, guy, whatever, like whatever you're talking about, if you're passionate about it, you know what I mean? It's like the sweetest thing. And we're over here like, yeah, if it works out, like whatever.
Exactly.
And
like,
no, it's okay.
Went all the way to the right to the point where like, if you're chalant, you're a simp. Like, you're lame. You know how sad that is, please? Now, we really like actually like so like put yearners on a pedestal when that was like the norm before. Think about it. Like love letters was the norm. Just talking flowers was the norm. Now these are elite top 1% women treatment. Because
I do think we're coming back. Because keep in mind, right? The nonchalant girls and guys are at home watching rom-coms like, aww. Like we all want it because we're all human.
I feel like it is.
It's such
we are like coming back, but it's like even the coming back is like I don't want it to come back as a trend. Like I just want y'all to like actually genuinely like mean it. You know?
Totally, yeah.
In practice, you end up like actually like caring about it, but like it like the fact that we literally have to even come back to this and like it has to be like a big extreme of like you're a yearner, you're a simp, and you're proud for it to be like to kind of like level the playing field is kind of insane.
It is. This whole conversation is insane. Like, why are we like for what? But again, we're all just scared little kids. I promise you, we're all just scared. Scared of like whatever it is. Even like I feel like low key, some of like my biggest heartbreaks, I wasn't even dating the guy. It was like a situationship or like a
wake that up. Oh my god.
Why is that?
Do you want to share with the class?
We didn't even date.
How long did you talk to the person, or what was that?
So one of my toxic traits is I've been in a situationship or talking stage for quite literally years.
Yep.
It's like I just love you because it's just like we're the same person. It's like you have nothing to add to that. She's like, yeah.
No, yeah.
Earlier you said something and I was like, nothing else. Yep.
That's it. But yeah, that's insane.
But let's unravel that a little bit. Part of it is because it's low key. Like I low key knew it wasn't going to work out. Because anytime I saw an actual future or anything with anyone, I was just like, well, especially in college, I was like, now's not the time. Like I'm trying to kiki. Let's be real.
You try, girl. Who went to your college?
Right.
No one was literally future material ever.
That part. But part of that was the nonchalantness of like the situationships, like it's up, it's down, it's like it's never actually gonna work out. Like, you're not actually gonna take this person home. Like that's insane. But it was like when it was over, I was like, why is that more of a heartbreak? I'm like, wait, I never actually dated this person.
Maybe it's like the comfort of it.
Even like sometimes deeply liking someone when that doesn't like it's I'm not even love the guy. Have you had that too?
Girl, I think I guess that's what I was talking about. Like, there was this guy, guys, in college who had me like this on his little
I can't imagine.
But it wasn't even it wasn't even a little back and forth. I just really, really, really liked him. It was limerence, genuinely. Like I just really, you're my type. It's definitely my type, and I, like a little banter or whatever. And it's like always like the what could have been like just being dangled into like in front of you, like you can have this, haha, like that it's that just kind of like keeps you going. But it was insane. Like we talked for like, and the thing is, he talked to me first. It's always like this. They come into your life. They approach you. They
ways like that.
Back to back. And then now you're entertaining it. And then this happens.
That Uno reverse is annoying as fuck.
As fuck. And at that time, bitch, everybody was chopped in my school. So, sorry guys. But
no,
most people not my type. You know what I mean? So it's like, one man, my type, meet that, da-da-da. That lasted like a whole year. Me being over him, actually, me and him met or like started following each other or whatever my junior year or like summer of my sophomore year.
Okay.
You know when I was actually fully over this man?
Last year.
Senior year.
Wow.
We had Mr. Siri just fucking still. That's kind of girl. Anyways, last year ago we had another star player.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did.
Well, another diva entered the room. But anyways, yeah, it lasted so long. I was just like, this is just so insane. I hated it. I hated every minute of it.
And it's like I actually not usually attracted to the nonchalant guy, but for whatever reason, like in college, it was like that's all I was getting, or that's all I allowed to happen. So it was like the guy who was like super into me and was very vocal about it. I just wasn't like hearing him. I just wasn't.
Yeah.
And it's so I remember a guy who like genuinely liked me, was a sweet guy. I just didn't really feel a physical attraction. And that's
told me.
And
you're fucked up on that one. Sorry.
Wait, which one? The one who waited?
The one who used to like come and like to your main office, or like when you were like doing night shift, he'd come.
Yeah.
So sweet. Tell them the story.
Like, down.
Go tell them.
Okay, so firsties, don't judge me, but actually, no, I was always sweet and nice. It's just, I mean, what am I supposed to do? Like, I feel like I would never want someone to date me out of pity or like out of like, oh, he's so nice, let me date him, whatever. But I used to work as an RA like night shift person. So like when the RNs would go to bed, someone would have to like watch the whole building and front desk to make sure like no one comes in or whatever. So the hours were 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. So like insane hours. So I would be doing my homework, have Red Bull, like try to stay up. And like sometimes it would be tough to stay up. So he would come and like just, we would play card games and like just stay up. And like that kept me like alert and up. Because sometimes I would literally like fall asleep. And yeah, really, really, really nice guy. Till this day, like I think we still follow each other. He's really, really like sweet guy. But okay, girl.
We love him.
I know this is HERMELLA just putting hearts all over. But I just did not feel a connection really. So, yeah. So maybe if he was nonchalant about it, maybe I'll be into it. Again, nonchalant. Again, this is my.
We're trying to rewire the nonchalance you're talking about. Maybe if it's nonchalant.
I mean, I'm talking about MILA in college. Sorry, I'm just talking about MILA in college. Now it's like I need you to be vocal about it. Yeah. At least initially, because I probably won't. Which is so interesting that we're talking about this because this is a new discovery for me. I think for me that also words of affirmation is actually going up on my list of love languages.
Really?
Yeah.
Giving it or receiving it?
I show love by giving it too, but receiving it. Words of affirmation or acts of service, but words of affirmation, like I didn't realize, I thought words of affirmation were just like, you're beautiful, you're pretty, you did a great job. But also like when I do something and someone just says thank you, like that actually means a lot. Like,
yeah, or like
thank you for getting this or whatever, or hey, thank you for doing that. Like even a thank you, I'm like, oh, that is words of affirmation. So yeah, so a nonchalant guy is not like, I need someone who's
yeah, I feel like that is true. Okay, yeah, I'm starting to see words of affirmation a little differently because before I always saw it as like love bombing, like a man should have love. That's not words of affirmation.
No. That's traumatic.
Exactly. That's literally dumping whatever. But with friends, I feel like that's when it always hits for me because I think it's like their words of affirmation is always like coming from the heart, and I feel seen with my friends. So like the things you say, it's obviously like you're not just saying it just like for the vibes. You know what I mean? It's like something like you've actually paid attention. I was like, oh, this or whatever. I do like that, but and I'm like, it comes so easily like with me showing that to my friends too. It's just when it comes to relationships.
That what?
You can't be like, you're just so this to me. Like, you're just, I don't know. But maybe, like, I haven't been in love yet. So maybe that's why. So if I am in love.
Shoot, I haven't been in love yet either. I've been pretty close.
So you really are talking to two girls who've never been in love. So maybe that might be it. Because like, I let my friends down. So I will obviously, like, give the, my little words of affirmation or whatever. So it becomes easily for me. But for relationships, it doesn't. And I think because they do it so early on, that I don't believe you and that now I think it's love bombing, you're never getting shit.
Yeah, sometimes it's that. We've definitely gotten certain words of affirmation like too soon on. Not even like a thank you, but like some wild that it's like
Confessions. What are you confessing for?
that's exactly it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's and it's
Now
concerning.
it's like it makes me like question the genuinity of relationship.
Yeah, because let's be real. Both of us have talked about a lot of it is centered around our appearance or just like I don't, you know what I mean? It's like you don't know anyone out within 2 weeks. So like, what? How amazing am I? Let's just be real. You know what I mean?
Like, how are you in love? Why are you in love? I didn't even put my little one, two, my big movie. I'm just like, like how? Do you know what I mean?
What is that? Yeah. I'm trying to think of what other areas of our life, not just us two, but just like our generation where we could be like, here's one I found. I was just listening to a podcast earlier on my drive, but like how people can be nonchalant about like what they like. So like if they like a certain band or artist or like music that they listen to, right? Like for example, if you listen to the Jonas Brothers or if you were into a Disney Channel kid and now you're an adult now, but that's still part of you as a kid. You know what I mean? So you still want to listen to that music or whatever. I was listening to a podcast that was like, when you deny yourself that to go back to your childhood, whether it's like listening to a certain hit or cartoons or whatever, like you're denying your like 6-year-old self, like that's still you. Like, yeah, you're an adult, but still honor that little girl or boy. So it's like you're nonchalant about certain things. Like I distinctly remember like I loved Justin Bieber, but growing up it was not cool to like.
It was cool to like Justin Bieber at any time though.
Not in my school.
Really? Girl, what?
It was like, it's kind of similar to like, it's different now, but like, remember when it was cool to like hate Drake or like not like Drake's music for whatever reason? Like there was that camp. That was definitely that camp.
Oh my God. I did not even know. Maybe I wasn't present for that one.
I mean, around us, all of our friends love Drake, so we're not part of that camp. But yeah, so it's like, that's what I mean. It's like, it's okay. Like, don't be nonchalant about it. You love whatever it is. Did you ever?
So crazy?
Yeah.
That is basically masked with guilty pleasures. That's literally something that you're just trying to act like you don't like or like, like, you know, that's not whatever. But you do like it. So, but you're trying to be like, you don't want like attention on that. So that's your guilty pleasure. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. If it brings you pleasure in that way, don't be.
Exactly. Unless it's not weird, because we still have standards.
Don't get twisted.
It's too comfortable, but like, you know what I mean? But what is like I feel like I've been really, guys, even last year, like my biggest listened to music artist, whatever, was Lin-Manuel Miranda, guys. Like I'm very vocal about my taste. Like me and Hamilton are like this.
And what's your favorite movie? One more time.
Kung Fu Panda. Please, play. Like that's my shit. But I don't know. I feel like that's just, I don't know. I can't be like nonchalant about it. But again, I never got like bullied about it in high school or something. You know what I mean? Like some people really do get like, imagine like if I was the Hamilton Kung Fu Panda, if I walked around dressed as Tigress to school in high school, bitch, I would have been bullied. Do you know what I mean?
But looking back, that's absolutely correct. You would have been bullied. But how crazy is that? Because like, how are people so concerned with what other people are doing? Like, if you want to do that,
they hate that.
It's so. But I think it comes from like, oh, you could authentically be yourself, and I'm not allowing myself to be that way, so you can't do that either. And that's like, that's how people feel about like confident women or confident or whatever it is. If you're not, misery loves company is what I'm saying. So like, if I allow myself to not be nonchalant and I'm just like, I'm passionate about this one thing, people are like, how dare you be that confident, or how dare you be that in your own body?
Yeah. So I guess it's like, it really does come from like the lack of self-confidence or the like people coming at you for being confident and like, you know, just other people's lack of self-confidence. It's like either you get bullied for being that, so then you are like in turn forced to act nonchalant, or let's say when we turn into social media, when you like lack self-confidence and when you see so many people with like so many likes and so many whatever, you think max you're supposed to post like 3 pictures in one carousel, and then whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like you start curating it just to get like the love that you really need instead of just like being you and just like attracting like your people. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I was thinking, do you think that there's ever a scenario where being nonchalant, there's a positive outcome, or like it actually worked out in your favor?
Of being nonchalant?
Yeah. It could be your scenario, or it could just be a scenario that you could think of, or like, oh, yeah, that just being nonchalant about.
I guess maybe. I don't know. I can't think of one right now. Like where like so acting like you don't care. Basically, we're using that definition.
Yeah, I think so, right? Of being nonchalant. Yeah.
I guess. Oh, this might be a okay. I think acting like you don't care, or like sometimes your chalance needs to be in the back pocket, and that's when someone is ranting, venting, or when they need a space to like openly like be themselves. Because if you're giving them feedback, then you know, so like some people aren't really like comfortable to like express their feelings because they feel like they're going to be judged, or they can't like tell you how they feel genuinely. If I'm already like, if I'm starting by like, yeah, so like I slept over at his house, and you're already like, whoa, whatever, I'm probably not going to tell you the part 17 that I have like,
You left his house. Yeah.
Exactly. So I guess like not acting like you don't care, but like being neutral sometimes when like someone's like venting to you, or like it's like their time to like, you know, show their emotions or whatever, like just being quiet and kind of holding space for their emotion, because you don't got to bring your emotion and opinion out for everything. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, I see.
I guess like, so that's like not even being nonchalant, but just like delaying your chalantness so you can tell them that's your opinion after, once like they have their thinking. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think, like when I'm like ranting and like the other person's also very opinionated and just like has a lot of emotions, I can't even vent, or like I can't even let everything out, because you're like, it's like a reaction time. You're just like reacting to the things I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the only time that I would think like maybe like
being nonchalant
is good. You know? How about you?
I'm thinking like, so a moment where being unbothered actually, if I'm honest, literally every single time it has not worked out with a guy. Maybe it's because I probably was a little bit nonchalant, a little too nonchalant, but it's like it's worked out. Like
protection.
Like, it didn't. No, but actually, like it just didn't. Yeah, it just didn't work out. And it's probably what you said earlier. Like I just kind of always known myself low key, and so I just kind of know who's for me and who isn't. That's the only time I could think that it's like it's best to be nonchalant, I think. But I think for the most part, because nonchalant literally is just being unbothered or not caring, I think as I'm getting older, it's cool to care. It's a blessing to care. That means you like are here, you're living, you're being a human being.
Yeah.
And I wish the younger generation would get that. Because even now, like, I don't know about you, but like my little cousins and nieces and nephews, like, they're just too school for cool. I'm like, or too cool for school. Like they, at that age, like I was not aware of how my hair looked or my body, or you know what I mean. At 6, now they're like 6, 7, or whatever. I'm like, what? Like what? You know what I mean? Like they're just, or like they're saying things.
It's trending. It's just
yeah, and then with stuff of that might hold value, they just either don't care, or they just kind of are unbothered. I'm like, no, these are actually, we should probably talk about these things.
exactly.
I find that, and it's just, I don't know, it bums me out because I'm like, because it's like, I really think being chalant is honoring like your younger self, like your childhood self, whatever that is. So like,
and then even more than that, I feel like it's even like honoring like standing on like your morals and everything. Because of course, like we've talked about, like, you know, like nonchalance when it comes to like relationships and stuff like that. But like the more nonchalant you are, the more you always try to like see a way of like conforming with the society, or conforming with like the majority of society. That literally breeds like people who are so passive that they're just never going to stand on anything, whether it be politics, whether it be like actual situations where like you need like to stand up on things. Do you know what I mean? For things you would never. That's why we have these little like what's it called? Those shows. What is it? What would something do? Like what would you do? Where like, and it's so rare to find a person who actually cares enough to vocalize like or stand up for a person, because like you but I'd rather be nonchalant or just like here, I can just like, observe from the sidelines, but just never stand on like anything. And I'm just like, like I'm never going to help the person. That literally, like, that's like a small, what is this flying around? But that's like a small scale of like such a big issue where like you're going to be like, just nothing's going to be moving you, even like socially. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's so many people, like, even think about like the Black Lives Matter movement. Like,
yeah,
they had to, what's it called? Stand up aesthetically, just like one black picture on their Instagram just for the feed. Some people didn't even post it because it messed up their feed. Like, it's so crazy where like you really like would think in such like in depth where like you would never stand on what you actually believe in. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
It just breeds just a lot of like passive people and a lot of people who just only like who are looking external, so we don't even know where you stand for. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's actually, you teed up it perfectly, because we talked about a lot of different arenas where we could be nonchalant. But I think the most important one is what you just discussed, which is like in life in general, because like things are happening in the world and you have to care about people and things and like organizations and movements and and illnesses and stuff like that. And the people who are trying to like rewrite history are allowed, if you're nonchalant about it and you're just like letting things pass you by and you're not reading up or being educated, that's when they win. Absolutely. Yeah. So it literally can be dangerous. Like the bystander effect is a real thing.
It's so insane.
Very real thing. Absolutely.
And then even like waiting for like, I feel like even when it comes to like relation, not relationship, but like I guess like life situation, like real life situations where like people will never move until like someone moves first. So it's like, I get it, you don't have to be the leader. I'm not telling everybody to be the MLK of their century or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's just like waiting until there's movement so you can hop on because that's now in, or that's like a movement. Like, are you going to protest? Like, like the little things. Okay, maybe like in the grand scheme it might help, but like you need to always have that mentality where like even if like your friends wouldn't go, that you would go to a protest, or even if anybody wouldn't do it, then you would do it. Do you know what I mean? Even like something as simple as like voting. Most people didn't even like fucking vote because it's just like, like I already know, like let's say someone posts saying like, yeah, I already know what's his face is winning or whatever, like just so like being just like cruise life, just chill, and like as long as you're just like part of the majority. Do you know what I mean? I feel like it just has that mentality, which I just really, really hate. And yeah, like I just hate when people are like too passive, because now I don't even know who you are. Like I'd rather you be so chalant to the point where like I know your roots and I know what you stand for.
Yep.
Then you're just being like very like, watered down, whatever. Like, I don't know. I love strong personality, so maybe that's like I'm also a little biased, but like I'd rather know exactly like what color, everything you are. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like we're strong personalities, so like we like to. Yeah, absolutely. I absolutely completely agree. Yeah, again, it really is just a bummer because I feel like there's no way that like God created us to be nonchalant. Like literally, we're designed to care. You know what I mean? Someone hurts.
He cared. He really cared. Like he was not chalant. I mean, nonchalant about it. He was,
and thank God he wasn't. And thank God he wasn't.
No, thank him, exactly. But like he was literally like flipping tables in synagogues and pissed. And y'all think we're supposed to be nonchalant, just not even stand up for things and just care.
Yeah.
And just no, like we're not supposed to do that. Do you know what I mean?
No, we're not really designed to care. Totally. I definitely need to do more of that in my dating life.
Yeah.
For sure. Because I don't know about you, but like I literally could like a guy within 15 minutes. Like you've said this before on other podcasts where like I fall in and out within 15 minutes. Like it's actually pretty remarkable. I just don't express it. I express it to you. Mm-hmm. I don't express it to the guy. And not that I probably will in the future, but just being a little bit more like forthcoming with my emotions probably would be okay. If I almost to see it on the other end, like imagine you're with a guy and he really likes you, like he genuinely is excited, he likes you, wants to see you again, but when he sees you, he's very nonchalant. There's no way you'd know that because you can't read his mind. And then it's like, then you're reacting to his nonchalantness, and then you're probably going to fall back because you're going to match his energy. And then no one's
like an energy thing, exactly. Or it's like a perception thing. Obviously, he's going to see the way you act and everything, and then he's going to be like, okay, like, I don't want to waste my time and everything. So I feel like we just need to dead dash the whole.
We do. I'm really talking about me. Like, I just like do her. Yeah.
Maybe delay it to like the third date, but
right. Yeah.
Still be nonchalant. But going back to God that we're saying, do you think there's also nonchalance when it comes to your faith?
Totally. Yeah, absolutely. I think in many ways, I think even saying, I think even now with the height of like the political climate and faith as well. Actually, Father Anthony was just talking about this, like even saying you're a Christian in certain parts of the country, even maybe on social media, that can be like a polarizing thing to say. And once you say that, people have a like an idea of you, of who you voted for, what you stand for, you're pro this, anti that. And that's not necessarily it. I just said, like, I think our King and our Lord and Savior is Jesus Christ. That's just what I believe in. Yeah, definitely nonchalant. Yeah, absolutely. Even within church, like it's been a while since I've seen someone like passionately sing a song or raise their arms up. Like, even that. Exactly. We're all like doing our 1-2.
You
know what I mean? What are your thoughts?
Like, strictly when, like, you know, like, I guess those who are like, especially like those who are like raised like Ethiopian Orthodox Christian, like, we also do have like a lot of like, you know, strict rules when it comes to like, I guess, like modesty or like fasting and stuff like that. And I also want to shout out my other friend, Semra. She is Miss Orthodox down, and I really adore her for it, because she's really like, literally, like, when I say like modest does not drink or whatever, but like it literally sounds odd sometimes because like she's fasting half the year. Every time I see her, she's on some fast, and it's just like, oh girl, you don't catch a break. But it's like most people just don't want to like do that because like they don't want to be like the odd one out when it comes to like fasting, especially, or when it comes to like doing little things, or just even just being really like, have you ever been like, I guess let me talk about it from like personal experience, or before I like started posting about God or whatever, maybe it's like insecurity of like where I stood or like my path, I guess. But even just posting like Bible quotes and stuff, I just felt like a fraud. So I was just like, no, like this just does not give what I used to post normally, so I'm just not. Do you know what I mean? It's like little things that would hold you back, and then just like, okay, like let me just like worship in silence. But then you speaking or like me posting that might have helped someone else. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Might have helped someone like become a little curious about it, or even just bringing up God like in conversations. I feel like we really find it like, unless I know it's like safe territory, but then if it's safe territory, girl, you're my homegirl. Like, what else is there to talk about? Go read the Bible. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like sometimes you're supposed to have these conversations with like people that are not as close, or like people that are kind of like you're meant to reach, but you don't want to be like, oh, I guess, okay, obviously with invitation, I'm not saying like go and just be a Bible thumper and evangelize and everything, but at least just like being like comfortable enough to like talk about where you stand with your faith. I feel like I used to not do that. Like, speaking for myself, I would just like, once like you bring up the conversation, then I would answer, but I would never bring up the conversation first, until I met so many people who would just like proudly just be like, yeah, this, whatever. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's like, that's also a form of nonchalance, like in a like smaller like scale, because you are like, either it might be like a fear of like maybe you're not educated enough, or like maybe you're not like equipped to like, you know, have these conversations, which is a very valid like fear. But I feel like sometimes you overanalyze, like, you're not meant to be educated enough. You're not meant to be the Pope. Just have like a regular conversation about like where you stand. Do you know what I mean? You literally could just be like, just like you said, like, oh, I believe like, you know, in Jesus Christ and everything, and just kind of like move on, just to kind of like open up a conversation, or like, because you never know like who you're gonna have like that conversation with.
Yeah, and it's that common thread again that we actually, I could probably say this for you and I, that one of our most important relationships, the most important person in our life, is Jesus. So we care so much, right? And we have our personal time with him, we have our prayer, we have our journaling, whatever that is, whatever your relationship with God is. And then, But then maybe as a trauma response or as protection, we're then nonchalant in certain spaces. And I think it comes back to the fear, like to the posting thing. I was thinking about it. It's like, I don't know every scripture in the book. Who does in the Bible, right?
Exactly.
It was what Father Anthony said. He said, the only man I fear is the one who's sure. Yeah, is the one who's sure, is what he said. And I'm like, yeah, he's like, it's okay to not know everything.
Mm-hmm.
We're in a series right now of praying and reading the Bible, like that's a series. And he was saying, it's okay to not know everything. You're not going to know everything.
Yeah.
But I don't know why I think of it as like, if I say I'm a Christian, I am. I'm a representative of Jesus. So like, act right.
You better be equipped for everything.
Yeah, but like you said, I'm not the Pope. I'm also not Christ. So like, girl, yeah, it's like, but again, it's that thing of nonchalant, and then you actually care a lot. Like they're actually right next to each other.
Literally. And it's like even the fear of like, let's say someone asks you a question and you don't know where that scripture's from. Like you would like, most people would even just like say whatever just to not admit that like, actually I don't know about that. Like let's look into it together. Do you know what I mean? Like then you think it's like a test to your like Christianity and like your walk in Christ. It's like now I'm pissed because you put me in a situation. Now it's like we're both firing shots because what the hell? Do you know what I mean? It's like
I'm never gonna talk to you about that again.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm never gonna bring up God.
No, never that.
But like that's how it is. You know what I mean? Like the fear of like I guess either you being on the hot seat or just like you not being like the person who's putting another person on the hot seat. Like you don't want to be like, did you accept Jesus Christ as your Lord? You don't want to be that person. But Correct. At the same time, you don't want the other person just pointing your finger at you, just like you're not a real Christian. Like you don't know your verse. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So then we just fall back in the nonchalantness. Yeah.
It's just like just talk to me when you're baptized. Like let's talk when you get to church. Yeah. Then it's like you're evangelizing the team. Like you're the teammate.
Yeah. If there's one area to not be nonchalant in, it is quite literally our faith, because that's a source of literally everything.
In public situations, political situations, and just moral shit. But too much nonchalance in this world.
And I'm like, I want to go back to being nonchalant. No, I'm joking.
Like, let me just chill.
No, because girl, you can even like watch when I edit this episode back and you watch this back as well. It's like we're not nonchalant people. Like when we care about stuff, we care about it. Like look how we communicate. We're like loud. We use our hands. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like we're not nonchalant.
It's like celebrating.
Yeah.
Not people dancing in the dance floor anymore.
Yeah, don't even get me started.
That's why we don't go out. But no, genuinely though. Who be dancing now? I don't even.
Everyone's just like
the men are with the DJs on the DJ booth. Apparently, or so I've heard. They're behind.
Girl, men on like elevated surfaces.
Yeah, in the back, like on the low, what's it called, the section chairs.
Men are up there. So you want me to be eye to eye with a man's calf?
Oh my god! And you guys are like standing, and we're just standing.
You want me to be eye to eye with a man's sock?
And they just, and the glasses too. They walk in with their glasses on, behind the DJ booth, standing there
with their
DJ stand on. You would think they would dance? Like at least do something. If you're doing something, you can be on the DJ booth. Like do a little 1-2 though.
A little 1-2 is great.
No, really do a little 1-2.
Don't be nonchalant. If you're gonna do it, do it.
Really, like it's just everything's just like, it's been like, I hate it. I feel like us like striving for like being perfect, put together, cool, is making everything lame. Oh my god, did you see this one TikTok? I'll show you this and we can wrap it up. But like how it's like they're saying like the world is like losing its color, and it's like how houses used to be so beautiful. And now it's like minimalistic, like boxes.
Yeah, the first
or like cars used to be so colorful in the 90s, and now it's just like black and white. Let's not even bring up that stupid Cybertruck. Oh my god!
Don't get close.
Oh my god, it's actually like my.
No, yeah, that car is insane. Yeah, we're turning into robots.
Like this, like.
Yeah, the character now.
Shop and like places, diners, and like.
Yeah, that makes me sad.
It's so sad.
Okay, before we wrap up this episode really quickly, I wanted to ask you, so like now, as far as to wrap it up, because we started with dating, I want to kind of end with dating. Would you, are you into the nonchalant guy, like truly, or are you looking for, or not even looking, but just like more interested in the chalant guy?
I love chalant men. That's
always been
as it is. I actually really love chalant men. Like,
but how is that presented when you say chalant? Are you talking about like verbally they're expressive, they're telling everybody that they like you? Is it sooner that they tell you that they like you?
Very very verbally expressive. Everyone knows that they like me, and I know where I stand with the person. And they're very like, not just words only, because we all know words are deceiving. You got to date like this, but they're very like, even with their action. I like a chalant man with his actions. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel very like, yeah, like a curious man. Like, you know, when you can tell when like a guy cares, like, because when they care, like they want to get to know you, they want to get to know little
considerate,
whatever, exactly, and they're very considerate. I love that. I feel like that's why I feel like even now I'm more like, I'm much different now, like when I'm like with dating than I was before, because as much as, you know, Mila's beefing with. Mila be beefing with Mr. Diva, but however, there is like there is what's it called, traits that you would like, you know, take from like a person or whatever. I feel like when I'm like a person with that type of energy enters my life, it's like I have no choice but to also reciprocate, so it makes me comfortable and just kind of get out of my shell. So I was more vocal, like that was the most vocal I've been, like, in, like, you know, but yeah, like I feel like, you know, like positive attracts positive type vibe. Like when a person's more chalant and more thingy, at some point you're gonna crack and you're just gonna like also more like open to that or whatever. Because if you're nonchalant and it's dull, it's a gray house. The house is cold. The house is cold. The house is freezing as bird. Like I want a warm house. I want a blue house with the
Firstie, comment if you know from where that movie, that line's from, what movie. I completely agree. The only thing I want to add before we wrap up is being chalant is just being vulnerable. So I think being nonchalant is protection of being vulnerable. It's just that. Like, you know, it really is. And vulnerability can be very uncomfortable. And so, we need to do more of that. We need to care.
Yeah, and someone please go be chalant in Mila's yes.
She always be doing this. Firsties, y'all already know. She already be doing this. Gobi, you're ridiculous.
Chalant in Mila's DMs, please.
Please go bother her, Melly. Go bother him, Melly.
Go and tell her how y'all love her episodes and everything.
Girl, get off my lawn. Bye, girl.
I'm gonna be chalant in your DMs. Don't worry. I'll be there. Catch me there like in 30 minutes, babe.
All right, girl. Pack it the F up.
I'm so yeah. Any last message you wanna?
I will end with, it's cool to care. That's all I'll say.
That's so tea. And I second that.
And that's that on that.
Go be cool, babes. Mwah.
Mwah.